Your time is valuable, so I'm going to give it to you quick. Hello and welcome to the Vapor Chronicles. Today, a little something from Mike Vapes, Vandy Vape, the iconic RDA. I've had this thing for about 3 months now. I had the prototype originally, dripped on it, I've squonked on it, I've built on it, multiple different airflow settings, watched reviews about it, and I've got my opinions. So I'm going to break it down for you. First, why don't we start off with a little bit of this. Big, smooth side bottom airflow, as smooth as silk, and flavor that pops. Different drip tips included. Love them. It lets you customize that Mike Vapes matchy game. Really, really solid inclusion. The squonk pins included, and thank God for that, because this RDA was made to be squonked. It's perfect. Deep 7mm juice well just begs to be squonked, because when you come up from the bottom, you even have less of a risk to have any leakage, even though, for me, when dripping in this thing, I don't have leakage as long as I do it properly, like you would with any other bottom airflow RDA. Lots of color choices right off the bat. Love it. Stepped spring-loaded clamp system makes it super easy to put your coils in, snip your legs, not have to worry about adjusting, lifting, or anything like that. You just get in there, and then you're done. Said before, but I'll say it again. Huge frickin' juice well. Like, huge. Love the clean-looking top cap. One-piece design. Looks gorgeous on almost everything. Nothing is perfect, so let's look at some weaknesses. The springs on the posts could be a little bit tighter. Those clamps, they come up a little bit uneven. It has no effect on performance, no effect on how tight you can clamp everything, but it just, for somebody with OCD like me, I notice it, I gotta point it out. This is not a single coil RDA. If you're a single coil fan, this is not gonna be the RDA for you because you can't do it. This is a bottom side airflow RDA. For people that like to grab their bottle and just recklessly drip in the top, this is not going to be for you. You're going to have leaking problems. If you carefully drip it in the top, you can actually drip a lot of liquid and you're not going to have any leaking problems. But if you like to turn it sideways and squeeze it in there recklessly, you're going to have leaking problems like any other bottom airflow RDA. It's a trade-off. Now that you know the strengths and weaknesses, let's take a closer look.
Let's dive in and break it down.
Here you see you have one O-ring in the top that holds your drip tips in that come with it. Also your 510 drip tip adapter. On the side you have your side bottom airflow and your bottom tube airflow. You'll also notice that there is an iconic logo right on the side, and on the other side of Vandy Vape you have your icon and Mike Vapes and all the other serial number information. You have your positive pin, and it is adjustable and it is hybrid safe. You have your negative post screw, and you also have the conical shaped dome for the cap there. And you'll notice that these are angled, the entry points for the bottom airflow, just so that you get nice, smooth, upward facing airflow. 2 post screws are included that are Phillips, and then you also get 2 extras, and those are your spring clamps that are stepped. And these are your bottom airflow tubes. And notice that they're angled. It's going to give you a lot of space in there for juice and also minimize leaking. These are your spring post screws or your post clamps, and they go up and down. And you have your 2 insulators. You have your squonking pin, your 2 post screws. You get a little O-ring, and you get your positive and negative posts. This is an insulator that separates your positive and your negative posts, but it also acts as a cover for your spring. Okay, so notice how that pops in there, and when the 2 posts come together, it actually seals both of them closed. So when you screw this up and down, you'll notice that the spring goes up and down with it, and it keeps the clamp lifted when you're putting in your coils. But you can remove it, and there are spares that come with the kit. So I'm using this little tool to pop it out, and when you pop it out, you'll notice that the clamp itself comes with it. Notice that right there? So there's your clamp. and that spring pulls off there. Be careful though, you don't want to lose this or the insulator that separates the two posts. Alright, you'll notice in the bottom here, there's your two areas where your positive and your negative posts go in, and there's your angled bottom airflow tubes. And you can see they're angled, so there's a lot of space underneath there. Alright, lots of space for juice and for squonking. The depth of the juice well is 7.28 millimeters deep, and look at all this juice this thing fits. When I squonk this, if I suck it up in a syringe, look at all that. Huge amount of juice that this thing holds. If I take the juice and I put it in a real deep juice well of, say, the Bonza, look at that, it's almost to the top of the Bonza. So the Iconic is, I think, underrated by a lot of people with how much juice it actually holds. So let's throw a build on here. To prevent the Iconic from leaking, you want to make sure you place your coils on the outside. Notice how far those are out from the center posts. Each of the coils is placed directly over the airflow holes, more toward the outside ramp. And wicking this thing is an absolute breeze. Make sure to keep your wicks extra long because the juice well, as I said before, is deceptively deep. Also, you want to make sure that your wicking doesn't lay over the airflow holes. You'll notice how it's raised up a bit, and I sort of hold it outward so that, the coils are placed more toward the outside airflow holes so that there's space in between the post and the coil so the juice doesn't run off the post, hit the coil, and then go in the airflow holes and leak. Outward is better. Notice the spacing that I have here when I drip liquid in here. But look at this, huge amounts of juice. This is uncut, it's just sped up, and you can see there's tons and tons of juice. I just keep pouring it in there without any leaking and no problems with it at all. There you go, the Iconic RDA. Mike Vapes, and I don't even want to consider this a sequel to the Icon RDA, which I loved. I think when the Icon came out, it was the first affordable goon killer that was available on the market. When I got it, I absolutely loved it, and I still love it. This is not a sequel to the Icon. This is an independent bottom airflow project. I'm talking to Mike. I always knew that he loved the Reload RDA, he loved the Kennedy RDA, and I can tell you with 100% certainty that mission accomplished. Okay, this is a Reload killer. This is half the price of a Reload, way less expensive than a Kennedy, and it shits on both of them, to put it frank. I don't know who Frank is, but we're going to put it there with Frank. All right? So I've extensively tested it because I love the Reload too. I love the Kennedy. So when I take the Reload, boom, right here, okay, great RDA. The Reload's a little bit more challenging to build on, all right? You got those posts that are on the outside, but they're kind of difficult to leverage everything in. You got to pre-cut, you got to sort of angle and put it in there. The Kennedy has that crisscrossing. I have the two-post 25 millimeter, and you have that crisscrossing shit with two holes. It's a little bit tough. Sometimes you get that zipper effect when you're placing your coils in there. But I have both of them. Same build, all three RDAs, all three competitors. Expensive as hell, affordable. Three of the same builds, all three of them wide open, all three of them wick the same, all three of them with the same liquid. Let's vape on them. Kennedy. Reload. Iconic. So here's my analysis of the three. It's not even a competition. It's not even a competition. Any experienced vapor that is trustworthy is going to tell you 100% that there is truly no competition between the three. The Iconic beats both of them, which were both leaders in their class. So what else do I have to say about this? I think that pretty much states everything you need to know about the Iconic. If you like bottom airflow, if you like flavor, if you like smooth as silk airflow, run out, pick up an Iconic today because I can highly recommend it. Congratulations to you, Mike. Wonderful job. Vandy Vape, great job. This is the bottom airflow RDA that you need to pick up if you like them. Is that quick enough for you?